It was December 24th, and my tiny apartment was decked out with the few decorations I could afford. A small, artificial tree, a strand of flickering lights, and a single red stocking pinned to the wall. I had tried to make it feel festive, but the emptiness was inescapable. My parents were spending the holiday abroad, and my friends were busy with their families. I convinced myself it was fine. I could use the quiet. The night was calm, and snow fell gently outside, muffling the world in silence. I had just settled on the couch with a mug of hot chocolate when my phone buzzed. The number was unfamiliar. For a moment, I hesitated. Who would be calling me so late? Maybe it was a wrong number, or a holiday greeting from someone I'd forgotten about. Against my better judgment, I answered. "Hello?" There was a pause, long enough to make me uncomfortable. Then a voice came through, low and cold. "Are you alone?" My heart skipped. The question was so abrupt, so personal. "Excuse me?" I stammered. "Are you alone?" The voice repeated. A chill ran down my spine. I swallowed hard, trying to steady my voice. "Who is this?" The line went silent again, but I could hear faint breathing on the other end. Then the voice chuckled, soft, menacing. "Look outside." Every instinct screamed at me not to, but curiosity, or maybe fear, got the better of me. Slowly, I walked to the window, pulling the curtain back just a fraction. At first, I saw nothing but the street lamps casting pools of light on the snow-covered pavement. Then I noticed him. A figure stood just beyond the reach of the lamplight, his silhouette barely visible. He wore a hood, and his face was hidden in shadow. He wasn't moving, just standing there, staring at my building. The phone crackled, and the voice came again, sharper this time. "He's watching you." I dropped the curtain and backed away from the window, my heart pounding so hard it felt like it might burst. "Who are you? What do you want?" I demanded, my voice shaking. There was no answer. The call ended with a click. I stood frozen in the middle of the room, clutching the phone like it was a lifeline. The silence was deafening, but then a new sound broke through. 3 heavy thuds on my front door. I turned, my breath catching in my throat. The knocking came again, louder this time, shaking the thin wooden door. "Who's there?" I called out, but no response came. Grabbing a kitchen knife for protection, I approached the door cautiously. My hand trembled as I reached for the peephole. The hallway light was flickering, casting eerie shadows, but there was no one outside. The pounding stopped. I stood there, gripping the knife, trying to convince myself I was imagining things, but the unease lingered. I waited a few more minutes, then slowly unlocked the door and pulled it open just a crack. The hallway was empty. No footprints in the snow tracked up to my door. It was like no one had been there at all. But as I closed the door, I noticed something. A single piece of paper slipped under the threshold. My stomach dropped as I picked it up. Written in shaky, uneven letters were 3 chilling words. "Merry Christmas, Emily." My blood ran cold. They knew my name. I didn't sleep that night. The police said there wasn't much they could do since no crime had technically been committed. They offered to send a patrol car by, but it didn't help. The feeling of being watched didn't leave, not even in the daylight. To this day, I still wonder who that voice belonged to. Was it a sick prank? Or was it something darker? Someone who still watches from the shadows?